Hello, Natalie. Thank you for joining me for an interview today.
No problem.
What is your grade?
I'm a junior. I'm 20, and I'm a business major.
Very nice. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Do you believe in today's society that we depend too much on our cell phones to communicate?
I do. I think that everything is done through technology, and there's a lot less face-to-face interaction.
Mm-hmm. And just a curiosity, have you ever texted someone across the room?
Yes. Yeah.
And why have you felt the need to do that?
I think I think sometimes it's like if you want to say something that you don't really want to say out loud. Maybe if you're at a party and there's a lot of people in the room and you don't want to say what you want to say to your friend out loud, you just text it to them.
Like a confidential
yeah,
sort of thing.
It's stupid, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that does it.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever been confused by a text message due to the lack of context?
Yes. I feel like that happens often.
Mm-hmm. Can you give like an example of that?
Yeah, maybe, for example, maybe some people will use emojis or exclamation points or smiley faces in their text messages, and then if someone doesn't, it's like they're mad or they don't like you. Like, you just kind of get confused sometimes on what someone's opinion of you is when you're texting them.
So it's pretty clear what someone means when it's face-to-face.
Right. I feel like it's so much more clear face-to-face because you can judge by the tone of their voice and stuff like that. And on text message, you can't really tell if someone's into the conversation or not.
Do you feel more comfortable texting someone or calling them, and why? I guess it depends who it is. But...
Yeah, I feel like with friends and family, I prefer a conversation over a text any day of the week. But with someone, say somebody I just met at a party or something over the weekend, or someone I'm not that close with, texting is more comfortable because you wouldn't, I don't know, conversations on the phone are more awkward with somebody you're not really close with. But then there's also times where you're in class or you're somewhere where you can't talk to them, so texting is just easier and it's more comfortable.
And have you ever personally talked to someone more on text than in person, like maybe someone you recently met?
Definitely, yeah.
Yes.
It's really annoying, but I feel like it happens.
Just because of convenience?
Yeah, I think convenience for the most part.
And speaking of convenience, why do you think most people text how they feel these days rather than saying it face-to-face?
That's a good question. I feel like since we've grown up since high school and now we're juniors or freshmen, sophomores, seniors in college, like I feel like everybody's just so used to it that they don't know how to have a conversation with someone face to face. For example, like it'd be easier to break up with someone on text face to face because you don't have to deal with their reactions. I believe that's wrong, but I feel like a lot of that happens nowadays. Like fights with friends or serious discussions shouldn't happen on text messages, and they do way too often.
Because people feel more comfortable. So going on to a different topic, are you a Tinder user, the phone application?
Well, I had one for 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, and then I deleted it because it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah. Have you ever received inappropriate messages from complete strangers?
Yeah.
What kind of things?
Like, I feel like a lot of guys feel like they can hide behind a computer screen. Guys or girls, but specifically in my case, I am straight, so it's all guys that would be like making inappropriate sexual connotations to me. And I know what's happened to my friends.
Right.
Because they can hide behind a keyboard.
Do you believe it's easier to connect with people through Tinder than in person, since it's kind of like texting, you know, you're behind the screen?
Not really. I would prefer maybe like them see my picture and say, oh, do you want to get coffee? And then talk about things instead of having full-on conversations on like behind a computer screen.
Right. Are you an active Facebook user?
Yeah, I do use Facebook.
Do you find it's the social norm to post pictures and personal info, such as like relationship statuses on Facebook, like romantic ones, friendship ones? Yeah,
it's definitely the social norm to do it. I think a lot of people are over the top with it. I think a lot of people post things that are meant to be intimate, between them and that person, or even like people that have children or get pregnant, they'll post their, what is it called? This,
Like statuses and pictures.
yeah,
And,
like
yeah.
the picture of, I can't think of the word, but when they get the ultrasound, they'll post that picture, and I think that's weird. I think that should be between you and your partner, and I think that happens a lot with stuff like that, personal events in people's lives. Like, I know everybody likes to share positive things, but
kind of takes the special away from
yeah,
it. The whole
I think
world
it does.
Focusing on romantic relationships on Facebook, what do you think the downside is to that? Like a couple's relationship being posted with pictures and comments and messages.
The downside, I would have to say, I don't know. I mean, I think the downside would be, like, fights can start from those types of things. If a girl or a guy is mad that their significant other didn't post back or didn't like their comment or something like that, or even if they see that another, like if a girl sees that another guy or another girl is posting on their boyfriend's wall, they could be mad, and it just starts fights, I think, in a lot of cases.
So all in all, do you think that social media and technology damages and decreases human interaction as a whole?
Yeah, I think definitely. From everything that, all the questions you've asked me and my answers, I think would definitely say yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Welcome.